So let's talk about the rules. And I've said this before. Rules only apply to guys that women are not into. Or maybe she just not attracted to the dude no more. Maybe she just don't like the dude no more. Let me tell you something, man. There's a lot of people within the mainstream media. They talk this talk about, hey, you gotta follow the rules. And everybody jumps in. Everyone goes along with it. Women jump up on it. And they go along with it because they benefit from it. You have to understand that. And a lot of guys, they drink the Kool-Aid too because they butt kisses, right? But if you got your shit together, if you're a real mover and shake out here, if you're a boss out here, or if you're on the way up, you ain't got to be a boss. You can be on the way up. You can be about your business. You might have a plan. You know where you're going. That type of dude, a woman ain't going to approach him with no damn rules. And that's just how it is. Women only approach guys with these conditions because she wants to control him and pull him around, and she always wants to know what's going to happen next. She doesn't want to be in the dark. You know why? Because she's not really into him like that. He's just probably a short-term deal or until she thinks she can do better. Now, if she runs into one of those alpha dudes, the movers and shakers out here, the best of the best, the cream of the crop type dudes, she's not going to approach him with no type of rules. It's going to be all about him. And it has to be all about him because it was about him before she even met the dude. And she knows that she can easily be replaced by him because he knows he has options. She knows this. Now, the beta dude, she knows that he's a weakling. She knows that he don't have a lot of options. You know why she knows this? Because he's always running behind her all the time. He's always worrying about what she's doing all the time. He's always worrying about what she's up to all the time. A dude that is about his business ain't got time to be running behind a woman trying to figure out what she's doing and who she's hanging out with. We don't got time for all that. And that's how it is. So at the end of the day, like I've always said, for the past, 4 years now, either she's in or she's out. There's no time to discuss where we stand and how we feel all the time about each other. And man, look, people that have things to do, we don't only have time to be on that type of shit all the time. We don't have time to be sitting around saying, hey, are you happy with me? Look, we don't got time for all that. That's for little kids. That's when we were growing up. When your mom used to ask you, how you feeling today? Are you happy with it? Do you like it? Look, when you get older and when you, hopefully you begin to see the big picture and see the bigger scheme of things, a lot of stuff becomes kind of minute. It becomes like, it's not even serious. It's like, it doesn't really matter anymore. Just like a lot of stuff that I used to do in my 20s, it doesn't matter to me anymore. I've done it already. I don't look back on it. I just learn from it and move on. Most of it was fun. That's great. But it's time to move on. Now, there's some people that have to catch up with you or have to catch up with me. That's understandable. But I'm not going to be waiting around for them to catch up. Because a real boss dude a real mover and a shaker, he ain't gonna be waiting around. He ain't gonna be waiting around to see if she's gonna put out. You know, See, a lot of these women will say stuff like, "Oh well, I don't want to, you know, give it up so soon because I want to get to know him and everything." Which is the worst thing you could do. Because what's gonna change from now to 60 days from now, or 90 days from now, or six months from now? Nothing. So the boss like player, he ain't gonna be waiting around to see or if you're gonna make your mind up. And keep in mind, a woman is not obligated to sleep with you, right? But all I'm saying is those rules don't apply to every dude. That's all I'm saying. So until yo, what's good? We out here, man. New York City in the house. What up, Pierre? Jordan? What's going down out here, man? We out in these streets. On this Memorial Day. God damn. Memorial weekend. We out here, man. We out in these streets, man. You know what it is, man. We out here. 10 toes down. Yep. Memorial weekend is pretty much over. It's over. You can get back to work now. Tomorrow. Oh man, share the video and all that good stuff, man. Eric said he's laughing. Shit. Yeah, man. I hope y'all had a good Memorial Day weekend. Whether you spent time with your friends and family, you went out of town like a lot of people do, or some people go to the beach. Some people might hop on a plane and went to another country. Whatever, man. Whatever you did, hopefully you enjoyed yourself. And tomorrow is tomorrow. Tomorrow's coming. Hey, man. It is what it is. Most people will be back on the grind tomorrow, man. They just dreading going back to that job. Oh, man. That's a killer for a lot of people. Back on that job, man. Back on the job. Yeah. Yeah. But I think a lot of people are very stressed working these jobs. For real. I think a lot of people, man, dread the and sometimes have anxiety of having to go back to their job come Monday morning. And this is why a lot of people, they look forward to Fridays. They're like, thank God it's Friday. TJIF. I'm like, yo, you got to stop living like that, yo. That's a horrible way to live, man. You get like, you're looking forward to that Fridays. And it's easy to get on that hamster wheel. It's easy to get caught up on that shit because you live from paycheck to paycheck. Boy, they got you by the balls then, boy. once you get caught up into that shit. And if you get on that hamster wheel, it's gonna take a lot to get off the hamster wheel. If you get locked in on that hamster wheel, I'll tell you that much. And it's happened to almost everybody, even me. I was on that hamster wheel one time at one point, but I got the hell up off that shit. It took me about, well, it took me like 10 years to get off that wheel. But check this out. Check this out. A lot of people, for them to get off that hamster wheel, something's gonna have to happen. Like something really bad is gonna have to happen for most people to get off the hamster wheel. That's how most people get off. Because what usually happens is they crash and burn, you know, and they have to start all over again. And then they come to a point where they got to make a radical shift. So that's when people be like, hey, I got to become more ambitious. I got to invest in myself for the long term. Or I got to start a business in the long term. Or just becoming more independent in the long term. I got to have more than one income. Most people are going to have to crash and burn before they can even make that shift. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to have to happen for most people. Because, most people are very comfortable with their cushy job. They've been working for 10, 15 years. You know, people get comfortable with their jobs, man. You go to most people's jobs, man, especially if they got a desk job. Man, they got the damn pictures, the awards they got, the degree that they have. They got all the pictures hanging up on the wall around their desk. Pictures of the family, the friends, the degree, the magazines, the books they like, their favorite books on the shelf, trophies, the computer over here. They got two, three computers in the cubicle with them. Telephone, all kind of shit. People get comfortable at their job, boy. You be like, the job is like a second home to them. I'm like, God damn, bro. You going back home today? You brought the works. Everybody know if you go in the cubicle, in their cubicle, you know almost everything you need to know about them in that cubicle, boy. I'm like, damn. I mean, he took the pictures of every goddamn thing. He took the best pictures, and brought it to work. He made sure he took the best pictures too, He trying to impress the boss, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know people that's like this. He took the best pictures he could ever take. Out of the stacks of pictures he got at the home at the crib. People wild out here, man. Yeah, man. It's like people get caught up, man. It's easy to get caught up. It's easy to get comfortable. It's easy to go along to get along. It's easy to get comfortable with these jobs. It's easy to just have enough to get by. It's easy to get caught up into that shit. Especially if you have kids and a wife and you don't have enough money coming in, but you got more going out and then you got coming in, and then you be like, okay, I'll just work a second job, and then the second job ain't going to pay more than the first job in most cases. So, but it still ain't enough money, because you done stretched yourself way too thin. So if you like most people that get desperate, then they get into some illegal shit. Now you're taking a chance. You're risking your freedom now. You're taking penitentiary chances now. You're risking your freedom In most cases, not for your kids, for a woman. Damn. Now you're messing up now. You know, you're messing up. Now, most of the time, you're going to get jammed up if you're doing something illegal. You can't win if you're doing something illegal today. Not today. No. It's almost damn near impossible today. Whatever you're doing, they know about it. And that's how it is today, man. Wasn't always like that, but today you can't sneak around and do anything. Today, forget about it. Anybody that tells you you can sneak around and do it on the down low and nobody knows about it, that person is a goddamn fool. And they're the ones gonna get caught eventually if they keep doing what they're doing. You know, but these are the chances that a lot of people take because they're trying to get out of that damn off that hamster wheel. It's hard being the man that you were born to be if you're on that damn hamster wheel. You know, you don't have time to think. You don't have time to do what you really want to do if you're on that goddamn hamster wheel. You know, what it is, you're gonna have to find a way to double yourself. You need more leverage. So more leverage, probably the fastest way to do it is more people. That's one way to do it. And the next way to do it is to utilize technology. That's another way to do it. And the third way to do it is to use your money as leverage. There's only 3 ways to do it that I know of. You know, really, you know, ain't no other way. Wait a minute. Legally, I'm talking legal now. I ain't talking about nothing illegal. You know, I'm talking legal shit here now. You know, it's only 3 ways, really. But if you're still stuck on that hamster wheel, it's going to be very difficult to make that transition, especially if you come from a family that ain't had it. It just ain't. Everybody's struggling. You know, everybody's like making just enough to get by. It's going to probably take you, some people would say 20 years to really break that damn, what do you call it? Uh, I wouldn't say a family curse. It's going to take you 20 years to break that family pattern, financial pattern. You know, that's what I would call it. I wouldn't call it a family curse. I would call it maybe you can call it a wealth gap in your family or whatever. You know, you can call it that. There's a lot of things you can call it. But, it's going to take you about 20 years to really start a new legacy in your family, a new path, because you got the keys, you got the blueprint. If you got the keys, you got the blueprint, it's going to take you about 20 years. Because what happens is, now the reason why it's going to take so long is because the generation before you, the information you had was passed down to you. So when you have your kids, you're going to have to pass down a whole different way of thinking. It's like a different shift, a mind shift, a mind fuck. Really, you know. So that takes a long time, man. And it's you're gonna you can't do it by yourself. You can't do it by yourself. You're gonna need help doing this shit. And that's a mistake. A lot of guys think they can do everything by themselves. No, you can't. No. Uh-uh. Sometimes I seek to fall off. Why, Pierre? Come up here. That's a fact on your Patreon. If unemployment checks government giving out, you start small, big business now. Yeah, this is the best time to do anything that you ever wanted to do. I don't care what that is. Now is the best time to do whatever you wanted to do in life. Now is the best time. It's like if you miss this opportunity now, the way things are right now, and not take advantage, you might never get another chance, bro. For real. This is the best time right here, bro. For real. Matter of fact, man, I'm starting a damn I'm starting a new business. I'm starting a new business. You know, I just started on my new website yesterday. You know, I'm starting a new e-commerce business. And I've done it in the past, but ever since the pandemic started last March, I kind of put it off because they started closing borders and a lot of stuff was going on in China and you couldn't ship. They wasn't shipping things from China for a while. If they was shipping, things took like months. You know, so now everything is kind of back to normal as far as shipping goes and commerce goes. So that's why I'm starting a new business, man. You know, for real. This is like the I've never seen nothing like this before. The way this shit is now, I never seen no shit like this. There's a lot of people that's unemployed. Um, there's a lot of people that are probably gonna have to start all over again. A lot of people move back in with their parents. Um, there's two, three families living with each other in some households. Um, there's some people unemployed and probably not trying to go back in the office no more because they've been getting them stimulus checks. And a lot of people kind of like had time to reflect and think about what really matters in life. So a lot of people have said, man, you know what? Why don't I take this stimulus money and this unemployment money and figure out a way to create more income for myself? A lot of people have done that. And that's the best time to do that. Because a lot of people they didn't have time to think before the pandemic started, you know? So I was if you do 5-10% of what you did before the pandemic, you're going to benefit in the future. Now, and you won't be able to see the fruits of your labor until probably years later, probably 2, 3, 4, 5 years later. And that's okay. But you have to realize that there's always a sacrifice you have to make. Could be time, could be, you know, could even be people. But yeah, it's gonna be some type of sacrifice. Yeah. You know? Who the hell is that? Mamacita, senorita. No. Yeah, I got distracted for a minute there. I'll say you can buy a foreclosed house for cheap and repair it while living in it. Yeah, you can fix and flip. Yeah, there's a lot of that shit going on. There's people who's buying houses for $40,000, $50,000, man. Fix it up, stay in it for a while, and sell it and double the money. Sometimes quadruple the money. That's happening out here. Mississippi in the house. So, in any economic bubble, there's always going to be opportunities, regardless of how bad things get. There's always some people that's going to find opportunities. And you should be one of those people. And you don't have to have a lot of money to do it. That's the point I'm trying to make. You don't have to have a lot of money like you used to, you know? Now, there's always going to be some bad deals and some bad moves. There's always going to be some people that's going to take advantage of the situation. That's just how that is, you know? That's a fact. That's what my friend said to me. If you shop with business, yeah, your friend, he's right. Yeah, he's right. And smash the like button. Your friend, he's right. You know, this is the best time, man. I've never seen nothing like this before. And see, check this out. I'm not one of those people riding up to Walmart. You going to Walmart. You got some food to buy. I hear you, man. I ain't mad. You gotta eat, brother. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm talking about? Who's that? The black woman. Yeah, the black woman's the best, bro. You know what I'm talking about? With all the problems we have with black women, hey, they're still the best. God damn it! I don't give. Hey, look. I'm just telling you, it is what it is. There's no discussion when it comes to this. God damn it! You might have an alternative. No, let me rephrase that. You might have, you might expand your horizon, but there's no alternative. No, the grass is never green on the other side. It's just a different type of grass. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, man, look, I take them all. Everything except for the Becky. I'll pass on that. You know, I ain't down with that. That's too risky today, brother. And plus, they don't last that long. Plus, I got to deal with that crazy ass family. I ain't got time for all that. I ain't got the patience for all that. I'll be cursing their ass out. Hey, you talk about a recipe for disaster. If I got, if I got, if I settle down with a white woman, boy, a recipe for you talk about a recipe for disaster. Oh my God, she be crying every week. I be cursing out her old Uncle Earl over there at the house. Come by the house every once in a while. And the dad, you know the dad ain't gonna like your ass. You know that. He'll tolerate you if maybe because you have some type of benefit that he can take advantage of on one day or something like that or whatever. Or he can find a way to get some money out of your ass. You know what I'm saying? Well, the mom, the mom always gonna kind of have a love hate type relationship with you. Or her mom might even like you. To a certain extent. But it doesn't really matter if the mom like you or not. you know. But they're never gonna be able to accept you. Just keep that in mind. Doesn't matter how much they talk to you, how much they invite you over to the house. You know, and like I said, a lot of white women don't last long. They hit the mid-30s. It's downhill from there, buddy. What up, Shelly? It's been a long time. I'm talking about the game, Shelly. The game is inside you. You have to rise. You have to rise, just like the sunrise. The game is laying dormant in most men. You just have to find a way to activate the game that's inside you. See, all the answers are really inside you. The answers is not none of the answers is outside of you. See, we've been conditioned to believe otherwise. We gotta go. We have to go find the answers everywhere else. But we never took the time to think, maybe if I just sat down and meditate, just ease my mind in some type of way, and just think long enough, maybe I could really figure this thing out. Maybe I could come up with a solution on my own. Maybe I didn't have to talk to that buck dancing preacher of yours, the church that you go to every Sunday, or that priest you talk to every week, every Saturday. Maybe if I could focus long enough, I could actually figure this thing out, man. I could get it started, and once I got it started, that's when I would look for help. That jackleg preacher, he ain't helping you do nothing. He just trying to take your woman. That weather in New York was wild over there. It's Walmart. Buck Dan, that jackleg preacher. You know how them black preachers be dancing in church. You know what I'm talking about, Shelly. Some preachers be dancing. That's the jackleg. Not all preachers, but a lot of them. They be dancing. It's like entertainment in these churches today. Churches today for people is kind of like the nightclub scene. I mean, it's like, of course, it's not like the nightclub as far as the scenery, but people need a sense of release that go to the church. So that's what I mean when I say the church is like entertainment today. All of us have to reflect at least 10 minutes a day, sit silent, let thoughts come through your mind. Exactly. You gotta be still. At least 10 minutes is good time. 10, 15 minutes, that's good time. You don't need 30 minutes or an hour. Hey, the more the merrier. But you don't really need 30 minutes or an hour. You don't need to be sitting in Indian style doing yoga. You don't need to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that works for you, that works for you. That's cool. But doesn't take that long. Mamacita. She got a bunch. A trailer load of girl. She got a trailer load. That's how my uncle be talking. She looked like she from Honduras. They got that look. You know, I bet you she from Honduras, man. If I could take a picture of this woman, you'd be like, God damn, that's a bad bitch. She looked like she from Honduras, though. They got that look. That's one thing. Most of the women down in South America, they all have a distinctive look. I can almost look at most women and tell where they from. Even some guys, they all have a distinctive look, and their body style, the size of their body. Some women are tall, uh, some women are short. You know, that's how I can tell. Central or South America? Yeah, both, both. It's like I can tell. Um, there's some people, the usually the local people, the indigenous people in these countries, they're usually very short. They're like 5 foot or less. You don't see a lot of them come to America, but there's a few. There's a small percentage of them that come to America. Most of them are 5 foot or less, and that's when I know. I said, "Oh, she's indigenous to Mexico or Guatemala, or you know, because they're usually very short." And then I'll ask them, "Hey, how many languages you speak?" Well, first I asked them, "Hey, where you from?" She said, "Oh, I'm from Guatemala." I said, "Hey, how many languages you speak?" Now I already know the answer. I know, of course, she speaks Spanish. I know that, but they usually say, "Oh, I speak 3 languages. I speak my." They'll say something like, "How that lady said that shit?" She said, "I speak the language that we speak in the village where I'm from, and I speak Spanish and I speak English." They usually say something like that. But just looking at her, plus they tend to be darker. They tend to be my complexion and sometimes darker. So that's when I know, okay, she's indigenous to the land. Probably could be Mexico, could be sometimes it could be Brazil. Sometimes it could be Colombia. It could be Guatemala. It could be Peru. It could be where else? Ecuador. You know, it depends. But all of them are very short, 5 foot or less. I noticed that. Even when the first time I went to Mexico, same thing. I'm like, oh, they're very short because a lot of those people, indigenous people, work at these damn big ass resorts that they have in Mexico. You have like 2 sets of people that work at these resorts. There's the black people, well, really 3 sets. There's the black people, the indigenous people, and the quote quote uh Caucasian Mexican people. Whatever you want to call them. you know, have you ever seen a black Mexican? Yeah, I took some pictures and I put it on my Instagram a couple years ago. I put it on my Instagram a couple years ago. I took pictures with a couple of them, and I took pictures of a couple of the females over there that I met. Man, when I went to Mexico for the first time, I was all over the place. I was in places where I shouldn't have been. Like really, you know? Yeah, because I'm like, yo, I want to see something different. I want to get away from the tourist areas like Cancun. Hell, this is like America. I didn't come here for to be in America. You know, I came here because I want to do something different. I want to see something different. You know, but that was good. Hey, especially when I tell him my name, I'm really good. Like what? You USA? You Hispanic? Uh, Sometimes I play along with it. Well, I don't speak no Spanish either, man. So I'm like, yo, hey, you know, I bet you wouldn't do that now with the cartels. Why not? What? I don't know nothing about the cartels. What's so special about the cartels wasn't like that? I didn't see no cartels when I was over there. I don't think so, unless they were dressed the way I was dressed. Well, I think the cartels kind of move a little different today. It's not like the way it used to be. I think they kind of I think they kind of blend in. They kind of move in silence, which I think that's the best way to be. You know, I don't think they're the cartel what it used to be. Everything out in the open and shit. You know, that's what I was told anyway. I was told about them. A lot of people a couple people in Colombia told me about that. Cartel aren't they not they don't move the way they used to move back in the day. You know. And see, another thing we have to do, we have to stop being self righteous too. That's another thing because some people think that we have to be I don't know how this got started, but there's some people out here that think that these other groups of people are kind of honest with everything. They feel like you don't necessarily uh it's a weird thing, man. It's really hard to explain, but a lot of people, a lot of black people think that these other groups of people are crime free. You know, it's weird. I don't know how they come up with this shit, but for whatever, this is like, what's it like when you hear a lot of people say stuff like, uh, when they come up with them lame talking points, like, what's up with black on black crime and all this, they think that somehow that's special when it comes to us. I'm like, bro, these other groups of people kill each other all the time. So I don't see anything special about what we're doing. The only difference is they put them on blast. They put us on the TV screen so everybody can see it. These other groups of people, they're just as ruthless. They're more ruthless than us. So I say all that to say this. Don't think when you're out here moving and shaking and baking, don't think that people are going to play fair with you. Don't assume that they're going to play fair with you just because y'all cool or you a man. And nah, I don't work like that. Always keep in mind, these other groups of people are competing against you. Always keep that in mind. The true, especially those from the third world. Yeah. Well, it ain't just a third world thing. It ain't a first world, a second world, or third world thing. It's more of a mentality thing. See, these other groups of people know that that's just a part of the game. See, like, we don't have no organized crime. We don't have no mafia. We need one. Everybody else got one. They got a mafia. We don't have none. Maybe we should have one, you know? And this is why other people have an advantage over us. All we got is crews. A couple of people we hang around that we trying to do some shit with. We got my homie, my buddy, my partner. That's all we got. We ain't got no organized crime. And see, these other groups of people know that, hey, they know that shit exists within their culture. But they don't go telling on nobody. You know? See, some of us, we think for whatever reason that we supposed to be honest, or we have to be honest whenever we're trying to get to a certain place. I'm not saying you should take the honest route, dishonest route, or legal route all the time. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a time in life where you might have to get dirty. That's all I'm saying. You might have to get dirty every once in a while. You might have to pull it back and comb somebody's hair. Bam! Who are you talking to? You might have to take it out and pull out the iron fist. You might have to do that from time to time. Every once in a while. You might have to tell somebody on the telephone to kick rocks. You might have to tell somebody to F off. You might have to tell somebody that. That comes with being a man. You might have to pull out on somebody. If somebody come in your house while you're there, trying to rob you, try to take what you got, you might have to defend yourself. All that comes with the territory. That's all I'm saying. And a guy I was watching, live earlier, was saying some of the same talking points you were saying. Oh, for real? Well, that comes with, well, he's trying to be a man. That's all. That's a part of manhood. How do you think these wealthy families got ahead? They didn't get ahead. These wealthy families didn't get ahead because they were trying to play fair. They got ahead because they did a lot of dirt in the beginning. They got ahead because they were slave owners, robbers. Some of them were affiliated with the mob, and some of them are still affiliated with the mob to this day. Other groups have a code in their culture that will never go against their own for a foreigner or an outsider. Us blacks, nope, we become Sambos and Uncle Toms on our own. Well, what happens is we get undermined by foreigners. That's our problem. We get undermined by foreigners and we get co-opted. That's the problem we have. And they send people in and they pay people off to do things against us, to decimate and destroy what we have. Because we trust other people too much. We trust foreigners too much. That's a gift and a curse. We accept other people too fast. That's nobody else does that. No other group of people does that except for us. We accept people fast. All she got to do is look good, talk good, and smell good. Come on in, girl. You're going to be my sister-in-law. That's it. We don't ask. We don't know the girl background. We don't know where she's from. Really, she might be lying with that. We don't know how she grew up. We don't know. We don't know nothing about the woman. She just look good and smell good and talk good. That's all. That's it. Come on in. You hungry? See, that's a problem. You know, that's the biggest problem we have right there. We trust too much. We trust other groups of people too much. We look out for other people too much, and they don't show the love back in return. You know, oh boy, that's a big problem, man. You know, we got to take care of ourselves. We all we got at this point. I mean, it's always been that way, but it's really at this point we all we got. You know, this is why I always say focus on building, producing. That's going to set you up to do more, become more, create more opportunities for yourself. And as a result, you have more freedom. Freedom is what you should strive for. Freedom, more opportunities. And that's going to free your mind. I'll add, we also have excuses for other groups too much, based on how they treat blacks. Well, we're too concerned about other people. I'm like, why do you care about what the other people are doing? Who gives a fuck? You got black people who will stick up for other groups of people. I'm like, yo, you got low self-esteem or what? Yo, hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Or just go to my Patreon, man. You know. And don't forget about the Love Can't Wait podcast as well. Check out the Love Can't Wait podcast on iTunes. Yeah. Yeah, any questions, man? I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and you can just come on. Join the conversation. Oh, wait a minute. I was put the link in the. Okay, here's the link. Hey, you can just jump in, man. You know, AKs supporting South Asian Kamala Harris. Yeah, that was a good. That was a good one. Yeah, that just didn't make no sense to me. I didn't understand that. That's sister girl. I'm like, what are you talking about? This woman not even. This woman's a foreigner. I'm like, what the hell are you doing with Kamala Harris? What? I like what we. You know, do we know her track record? This woman is a monster. God damn, this bitch is a villain, man. She's a monster. She done put all kinds of black people in jail when she was in LA. As a what, DA? You heard that fire on the podcast? Yeah, your last one was you like that last one? The last one was something I do almost all the fucking time. You know. Hey man. Episode 64. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link for the podcast in there too. Yeah, go check it out, man. I'm telling you. Fire. 60. I got 60. How many episodes I got? 64. Yeah, I got 64 episodes. 64 episodes strong. And leave me a review, Eric. Leave me a review, Eric. Tell me what you think. Love can wait. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Yeah, it was I try to do something. I try to talk about some different things. It's, besides the same old, same old. It's everybody been hearing about lately. I try to whenever I produce something, I like to be different. I try to be different. Uh, and have more impact. You know, talk about things that most people won't talk about. Because most people online and then the mainstream media, they talk about the same old thing. You know, you know. Most people talking about the same old crap for the past what 10, 20 years. And then at the end of the day, they make it seem like something's wrong with you. The reason why you didn't get the job because you're not qualified. You're not educated. You're lazy. The same old crap. You heard it. I've signed up with Apple iTunes account. Give you a review show. Yeah, I appreciate that, Eric. Yeah. The same old thing. Everybody trying to make it seem like something's wrong with you. You're lazy. You're sorry. It's the same old jive talk they've been talking when I was growing up. You know. Yeah. It's just you're broke. That's the new one they do now. You're broke. Broke dusty dudes. They get on that one too. You're broke. Dusty. The Dusties. They on that boy hard, boy. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? You go to that job and kiss ass all day long. What are you talking about? I don't have to kiss ass when I go to the job. I don't know what you talking about. I said, get me on that. I meant, do I have to show up? I meant, do I have to show up? What do you mean, Eric? I don't understand. Do you have to sign up with iTunes to leave a review? If that's what you're trying to ask, the answer is yes. Yeah, but whenever they try to shame us, they always got to throw something out. You're gay. You're broke. You're dusty. It's always the lowest common denominator almost every time. You're broke. You're gay. You're dusty. It's always the same old talking point over and over again. Who am I talking about? I'm not talking about anybody in particular, L. Anthony. But I'm just saying that a lot of people online have the same talking points. When they start um, wanting to kind of like make somebody look bad or make it feel like this person should you shouldn't be listening to this person. So they try to ridicule and you know make it seem like something's wrong with this person. He ain't qualified. You shouldn't be following this person. They do that. That's really an old technique they've been doing for a long time, man. Well, well, well. Look at who we have here. Got the whole family. Well, yeah, man. So you just got to just be aware of a lot of the shaming tactics that they have out here. For real. But you have to always understand when people hate, they hate at the top, not at the bottom. They hate up, not down. My dad put me onto that years ago. He said, "If my dad, this is how my dad said it. He said, if you don't got no haters, you're not doing something right." That's what my dad said. You ain't got no haters, you're not doing something right. That's what he said. That's how he said it. Checking up the gals. Yeah, yeah. I was checking them out. Yeah, there's a lot of women still around here where I live at. A lot of women. A lot of women and a lot of kids too. A lot of families live around here. Which I don't got a problem with. I don't have a problem with living around family. I actually would prefer to live around a neighborhood with families versus single people. To be honest, yeah, it's a lot of families, not a lot of single people around here at all. I can probably count on both hands how many single women I've seen around here. It's not a lot of most people are married around here. And the people that are married, a lot of them don't seem happy. Yeah, most of the women that I know that are got somebody, they don't seem happy at all. You see, their body language says it all. I'm like, poor thing. What happened? Poor little sap. What happened? He ain't hitting that thing right. I know. I can see it all on your face. He ain't hitting that thing right. You backed up. They hate us because they ain't us. Yep, I like that one. You got that right. Yep. Same over here, Sean. Hey, man. Hey, rude boy in the house, baby. Rude boy. Hey, you still got that woman? You still got that woman? Shit. God damn. What up, man? Still got that woman? No? Oh, that's good. Boy, that woman was a headache. Boy, you running you crazy over there. Shit. Hey, I bet you saving a lot more money these days. I tell you that much. Oh man. In court. What for? I ain't think they're going to court. They still court. Is the courthouse open? Hey, where you live at? Did you live in Baltimore or something like that? If I'm not mistaken. The courthouse open? Courthouse. I don't even know if the courthouse open or not around here. I don't know. No, in Atlanta, everything open around here. Shit, it's wide open here in cold, full effect, boy. The ATL in the house. Ain't no place like here, boy. Ain't no place like here. I got to get up out of here. Couple more months, man. Deuces. I'm out of the ATL. But what? It's what it's well, tomorrow's June. So let's say November, December. I'm gonna say November, December. I hope to be out of here before November. I hope to be out of here. I can say that much. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, I didn't want to come on that long, man. I just wanted to get on here, man, and say what it is. You know, I didn't really have nothing planned to talk about. I just wanted to basically talk about my journey, my experiences. You know, yeah, that's basically been my story. You know, you gotta but it wasn't easy though. It still ain't easy. Nothing is really easy. I haven't ran into anything that was easy. You know, it's always a sacrifice. And anything that you're learning in the beginning, it's gonna be a process. It's gonna be trial and error. Best thing to do is learn from somebody that's been there and done that, or somebody that's in the trenches. You know, but if you're trying to go at it on your own, um, you're making a mistake. You know, just it's much better to learn from other people that's been there and done that. You know, that's that's the best approach to take. Now, a lot of times you might have to leave your family and come back later. Why is that? Because everybody might not see your vision. That's why you might have to leave and come back later. Sometimes you need a new environment. Sometimes you got to get away. And that's okay. That's okay. There's a lot of people that I've talked to that's from Atlanta. That's from Atlanta. They left Atlanta and started businesses and all kinds of shit. And a lot of them have come back to Atlanta years later. So I asked them, "Hey, why did you leave?" They said they felt like they had to leave because they didn't have enough support here. So sometimes if you might get more support in a new location, it happens that way sometimes. You know? Every problem leads to a solution. Every solution can lead to a problem. Yeah, that's true. Well, she have 12 put me in jail, but I'm glad I have my apartment back to myself. Oh, okay. The story of prodigal son is real. Not everyone falls on the pig slap pit. Some make it and return home successful. Yeah. Yeah, some people might not see your vision. They might can't see it. So you're gonna have to show them. So that takes time. That could take years. But sometimes you have to get away and come back. Now, some people never come back. Damn. Some people never come back. Yeah, I don't recommend that, but I'm just saying, shit. But like I said, there's always a sacrifice. There's always a sacrifice. There's no free lunch. There's no free lunch. There's no get rich quick either. There's no get rich quick and there's no free lunch. Yeah. So hey, like the video, share the video. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.
Relationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. If your woman doesn't submit to you, she ain't your woman. Now, I know this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, but if your woman is not submissive to you, I don't give a damn what nationality she is. I don't care if you live together. I don't give a damn if you're black, you're white. I don't give a damn if y'all the same nationality. I don't give a damn where you live at in the world. If your woman is not submissive to you, she ain't your woman. She belongs to the streets. She belongs to her job. She belongs to the pastor at that church she attends on every Sunday. She belongs to her friends that influence her to do dumb shit. She belongs to somebody else, but she doesn't belong to you. And I know this is hard, a harsh truth. And it's something that I had to face about 15 years ago. And it's one of the biggest problems that I had, because I used to think that you had to pander and negotiate and talk women into shit, but all that's bullshit. It really is. And a lot of women will try to run game on guys because a lot of women want guys to protect them in some type of way. If that door fly open, or if some type of danger is coming towards her, first thing she does is look at the guy that's sitting next to her. So she wants protection, but at the same time, she doesn't want to take instructions from a man. She can't stand a guy telling her what to do. So you can't have it both ways. You know what I mean? Shit, there's some countries like Saudi Arabia and Dubai where women have to submit by law because those guys are in power. They run shit over there. So, but living here in America, women, they pretty much do submit as they will. They just do what they feel like it. And that's the problem of living in the United States of America. Because women, if a woman does submit to you here, you don't know how long it's going to last. It could be 5 years, 10 years. But it works out well for us, fellas, because if she gets out of pocket or does something that's unforgettable, you can get you another bitch. So it's all good. And by that time, in most cases, by the time she stops submitting to you, she's already up in age anyway. She's probably old. She's probably overweight. She probably doesn't look as attractive as she used to be. So sometimes it works out pretty well for some guys that I know. And I've lost friends because of like a lot of women, because they let their wives get up in their ears and tell them shit. And see, here's the deal. A woman should never have the authority to tell a guy what to do. A woman should never wear the pants in the relationship. Once a woman once women lead guys around, that's the beginning and the end of society as it is. Because women aren't supposed to play that position. They're out of line. Guys are born to lead. There's guys that's on the front lines. There's no women on no front lines, last I checked. But at the same time, women say, I believe in equality and all that shit. Women can do just as better things as men. That's bullshit. Everyone has their position, and they supposed to play their position. But they want to go against nature. And a lot of women, they just want to get treated better than white guys in American society. They just want to take over the whole goddamn thing. They want to dominate guys. That's what that's really all about. It's really all about power. It's not about rights at all. It's not about public policy at all. That's just a game that a lot of women try to play. But there's always exceptions to the rule. Socially, if you're with a woman and if she doesn't submit to you, she ain't your woman. She belongs to the streets. And that's just how that shit is. She doesn't belong to you. Because if she belonged to you, you wouldn't have to beg for sex or negotiate for sex. You wouldn't have to talk her into doing anything. It just is what it is. I mean, right now, if I go to North Carolina and call up women that I've been knowing for years and say, hey, I'm in town, where you at? I want to see you. They'll make time for me. They won't say, hey, I'm tired, or I don't know if I'll be able to make it. No, they'll make time. There's no such thing as I don't got time. That's bullshit. It really is. It took me a long time to figure this out. And I learned a lot by hanging around a lot of athletes and entertainers when I was in my 20s. And I learned a valuable lesson. They didn't have to negotiate for sex. Can you imagine Michael Jackson, Prince, A lot of these entertainers, they never had to ask for sex. Michael Jackson never had to ask for sex. You think about this for a second. He never had to ask for the pussy. I mean, could you imagine somebody like Prince? He never had to ask for the pussy. Man. So it's who you are more than anything else. So who you are is much more powerful than the doing. That's what I learned over the past 20 years. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel.